What can you notice if your network is attacked? What are some types of network attacks? What are some of the most common types? First, you have a DDoS attack. DDoS for distributed denial of service attack. This is a type of cyber attack that is designed to overwhelm a server with traffic from multiple locations, and it makes the server unavailable to users. So it's overwhelming the server. The server cannot withstand the level of attacks, and it just crashes. So, for example, imagine you have here a victim server, and you have an attacker who wants to attack this victim. So first, what the attacker will do is he will create a botnet. So he will infect multiple computers around the world with malware. He can, target about 50,000 computers. And even if 10,000 fall victim, then that's enough for him. And now he can target a victim server somewhere and overload that victim with malware. And what will happen? The malware, the victim will not be able to withstand all the attacks coming from everywhere, and the system will crash. So this is a type of attack. It's called a DDoS, distributed denial of service attack. Another type of a network attack is a DNS attack. A DNS attack manipulates DNS records to redirect traffic from a legitimate site to a fraudulent one. For example, cybermook.com, our website, is registered with a DNS host. Now, an attacker can alter the DNS entry for cybermook.com and redirect it to a malicious IP address, such that every time someone will enter or type in this website, it will redirect them elsewhere. Now, a series of wireless attacks. First, you have a rogue access point. A rogue access point is an unauthorized wireless access point set up to mimic a legitimate one. So imagine, for example, that you go to an office, you're working in an office, these are employees in an office. You have Jessica, Mikey, Helen, and Bernard, and they are connected to the Accenture router. They all work at Accenture. Then you have Josh. Josh comes in. He also works at Accenture, but he comes with his own router and he installs that on the second floor. Now, what happens next? The next day, Mike doesn't realize, and he comes in and he connects to Josh's router because he has pretty much the same name. The name is Accenture Floor 2, and he doesn't realize, but he continues to perform his transactions, and Josh will have a copy of his personal or financial information. Why? Because he installed a rogue access point in the network. So that's a rogue access point. It's not supposed to be there. A very similar type of a network attack is an evil twin. So an evil twin is creating a fake wireless network with a name similar to the legitimate one. So the very same network. For example, what happens here? You have Bella who goes to Subway for her lunch, and she uses their free Wi-Fi regularly, and she connects to their free Wi-Fi like every customer. Now a hacker comes in and with his own router, and he creates the same SSID, so the same service identifier, the same network or Wi-Fi name. He creates exactly the same. And the next day, Bella comes by, and without realizing, she connects to the router, to the hacker's network instead of Subway's network. So when she will be performing her transaction, she will get a copy of her billing and financial and personal information. The hacker will get a copy of that, and she will be in trouble. You have on-path attacks. On-path attacks, also called man-in-the-middle attack. Like the name implies, it's someone, a cyber criminal in the middle, who is intercepting communication between two people communicating, between two parties without their knowledge. And he can alter the communication. He can just listen, like just eavesdropping. He can modify the communication. He can corrupt. He can do a lot more damage depending on what are his goals. For example, yeah, you have Dara trying to connect to the Bank of America website, and the hacker comes in the middle, disrupts the connection between both, and creates a new connection between Dara and Bank of America. So next thing, when Dara tries to upload her credit card or perform transactions, the hacker will be observing and having a copy of the communication going on. Credential replay. Here, attackers gain access to network packets they acquire data transferred previously and perform the same actions. For example, if you previously logged into a website and you provided your username and maybe the hash of your login or something similar, the attacker will be able to re-perform that action. For example, Josh is logging into a server and at 11:48, he authenticates, he enters his credentials, and the hacker comes in the middle. And what happens? He's able to connect to the router. He intercepts Josh's credentials, his login information, and he's able to log in as Josh, like with Josh's credentials. He's able to log in as if he was Josh. So this is a type of replay attack or credential replay. Finally, you have malicious code. So malicious code is malicious software attached to legitimate files and it spreads to other files. So you have worms, you have viruses, it can encrypt, it can gather information, and this is all within malicious code. So you can do so much more, like under the malware attacks we talked about in the previous video.
All right, guys, what did you think of this course? You liked it? Great. We're glad you did. You can follow us on all our social media platforms, including YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. And don't forget, we also have these awesome Amazon flashcards to help you study. So definitely check out www.cybermook.com to order yours today.